Hey friends, so it turns out I did get another Azure order after all. Super excited about that, and though I will say things are still getting crazier as we go. The day before our order arrived, so yesterday, the Azure headquarters burned down in a mysterious fire. Seriously? If you're watching things, look at all of the food related places that are burning down this last year. It's really interesting if you're paying attention to that kind of stuff. But anyway, so maybe this is the last month, who knows? But either way, I got a few fun things and I want to share them with you real quick, as again, I'm off to put them away. So come on. First up, Epsom salts. I did get my 50-pound bag, as I said last month, that I was going to get, in addition to the apple cider vinegar that I never want to run out of. Epsom salts was the other one. I mean, this thing is 50 pounds. When do you ever get this many salts? It's amazing. So, excited about that. And one thing I will share about this is one big way I use it is for inflammation, for detoxing, for adding to bath water, and for soaking dogs' extremities, their legs. Like if they get bit by a bug, they get some swelling, something like that. Epsom salts in tepid water is amazing for them. Just super amazing. And yeah, like I said, this is game changer stuff, never run out of. So I got that. I got another bag of my lentils that I like. These are the French green. They're smaller. They keep their shape. They don't turn into mush once they've been cooked. And you can also sprout them as well and have lentil sprouts, which are really good. I have space in my 5-gallon bucket, so I want to top it off with this. So I had to get the same kind again. So those came in. This is 50 pounds too. But these are organic sunflower kernels. And I'm excited to have these. These are not bird food. These are human food for me. These will be great for a veggie burger. Yeah, they go in as a bulking agent in a lot of different plant-based dishes that you're making, which is really good. So I realized I didn't have a big supply of these, and I was super excited to see this because you don't find these just anywhere. Sproutable ones you don't find anywhere, and even like Trader Joe's has small bags. Maybe they're like a pound each of them. Gets expensive for them, and then you just, like I said, a lot of times they're just roasted and salted. These aren't that. They're just the raw, ready to go, sproutable still, so they haven't been roasted, which is great. So I'm excited about that. Also got molasses. So I'm looking for some alternatives to sugar, and well, basically maple syrup and honey are the sugars that I use. And the information that I've always found about blackstrap molasses is that it is a very unprocessed, unrefined sugar. And so I wanted to have some of this in there as well, because the unsulfured kind too, it lasts forever. Like seriously lasts forever. So a great storage item, and also as an alternative to a sweetener. I should say that instead of a sugar. Maple syrup is getting expensive and getting harder to find. At Costco, it was out of stock last month when I was there. Today they had it, but it had gone up $1.50 per bottle. So it's like a little crazy. So anyway, I got 2 bottles of this, so I'm glad to have that. I also think that when you're storing food, preserving your own garden produce, when you're just having emergency supplies, that it's really important to not only to store the foods that you eat and that you enjoy, they taste good, right? So, don't store beans and rice if you don't eat beans and rice. But if you do like them and you do want to store them, you still want them to be flavorful, right? So I think spices are super important to also have a good supply of. And I preserve a lot of stuff from my garden produce. Like you can make amazing tomato powder from your own tomatoes. You can dehydrate, your celery, your garlic, your onions. Bell peppers are amazing. Red bell pepper powder is like incredible stuff. So I get a lot of spices that way. I get a lot of herbs from my garden as well. You know, the parsley and the oregano and the thyme and all that. So I've got quite a bit of those as well. And so what I'm trying to do is fill in the holes. And so this year I'm trying to grow some of the spices that I don't have yet. And then also in the meantime buying some as well. So this time I got mustard, and these are whole mustard seeds because everything whole preserves longer, stays fresher, and then you just grind it as you need it. So I'm intending to make my own mustard as well. I'm not really a fan of the squeezable tubes, bottles of mustard. That stuff is gross. But when you make like your own mustard, like a Dijon mustard, or you do like a little bit of like a mustard like in your vinaigrettes to emulsify it, it's phenomenal. It's amazing. So I want to make my own. I also got cumin. I have lots of ground cumin, but again, the whole seeds last longer. Sometimes you want them whole anyway, and then again, you want them fresher, grind them, and you need them. I did also seed start some cumin. Now, we're still a long way from harvesting, but I planted 40 seeds, 34 of them sprouted, and I killed one of them, broke it when I was transplanting them. So right now they're like, 2-3 week old, tiny baby sprouts. I have 33 of them. We'll see how many last. I don't need that many to grow, so I may give a few away, may sell a few, and you only get a few tablespoons from each plant. So you do need a few if you really like cumin. But anyway, so I got a bag of those. In the interim, while that's going on, I got more plants because you just can't have too many. So this one I'm really excited about. They had this artichoke, and I don't have any seeds, and I don't want to grow from seed. And this is a plant that I wasn't able to bring with me when we moved. And I was really sad to leave my artichoke behind because last year I fell in love with artichoke. Like fresh grown, learned how to cut them open, how to make food from them. Amazing flavor. So I got, this one is open pollinated Taver Imperial Star artichoke. As far as I remember, these propagate, they create, does this one create babies? I don't know. I don't remember how if you take cuttings from this, it seems like they grow babies and you can pull off the babies. But I could be thinking of aloe. Anyway, I just know open pollinated means I could seed save. But I don't know how that works with artichoke. I just know I want to grow them and they taste amazing. So I got 3 of those. And then I love basil. And anytime I can get basil, I'll go for basil. But this one is a holy basil, which I really like because it has additional medicinal properties in it. So again, another plant that couldn't come with me, or I killed it on the drive out. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I had a baby holy basil that I got from Azure last year that was growing in the garden in Las Vegas, and it's not here with me, so I don't know final results from that. There was a lot of plants that didn't get to come. And I'm also excited to plant some comfrey. So I got 3 comfrey. These are perennial, and I hear that these can become a little invasive as well, so you may want to put them in their own bed. I have some ideas on it. I really want them to kind of take over right now. I have some big spaces to fill, so I don't know, we'll see. But I have 3 of these. This is the official standard comfrey version, and I did also find a Russian version at a plant sale here in town last weekend, so I'm excited. That one doesn't propagate the same way by seeds, apparently. So, this one looks like it does. It's got little babies coming up, so that's awesome. This is, side note for you guys, not only is this really good medicinally wise for lots of different things, salves, especially like rubbing on wounds, healing skin conditions, all that stuff, salves, lotions, and all, it is your fertilizer. There is a lot of conversation you're hearing about lack of fertilizer being available, the high prices of it, and that crops that aren't going to be grown because of it, and the food scarcity, and all that, right? You're hearing the scare talk, right? Grow Comfrey. This is the fertilizer you need. You can chop these leaves off and drop them back into the soil and let them fertilize that way. You can also turn them into like a compost tea. Just pour water over them and let it ferment for a while and use that tea to fertilize your garden. Amazing stuff. So I got this one, Mullen. It looks kind of like a lamb's ear, but it's actually not as silvery. Lamb's quarter. It's not as silvery or as soft looking. They had it available, so I was like, cool, I don't have the seeds either, so let's just give it a go and see if it can grow, because it's kind of pretty, and I need some more flowers too, also with, you know, some good herbal remedy type benefits and stuff. So trying to stock up my garden this year, right? Things I don't already have, an herbal healing side of things, medicinal side, spice side, more so than just your standard, you know, cucumbers, tomatoes, watermelon, and all that stuff, which I'm also growing. So, and last thing is this, I'm excited about this one, Amla powder. This is another superfood powder. It is this berry here, you can see in the picture, if you can see that at all. Comes from India. This is, it stops free radicals and it attacks them. It's an amazingly potent berry, you know, for addressing issues that you're having. Everybody does their own thing to keep themselves healthy, right? But always looking for additional ways of preventing and keeping myself at a higher level of health, and I was really excited to find that with Azure as well, so I can add that in. I'm much into adding all these kind of things to smoothies, so I just like to add a lot of different random powders to my smoothies, rotate stuff out, changes the flavors too, kind of spice things up, gives some extra yumminess to them, and then gives you a well-rounded variety of things to, you know, keep your body healthy. So that was a good find too, and it wasn't even expensive either, which I was surprised about. So check it out, Amla. You'll be interested, I think, in all of the stuff that it can do. But that's it for this month. I will see you in May with whatever I order. I've already got my order, like 17 items already on the list, so we'll see. We'll see what I end up getting. So bye for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.